Updated December 2, 2017 133,722. You'd think we'd be getting used to these volatile weeks here in Washington, right? Nope. Every day is a new and unpredictable adventure here in America's capital, and just when you thought this week had exhausted its potential, boom, Russia is back in the frame with the news that former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has been charged with lying to the FBI. That helps cut a plea deal and is reportedly prepared to testify that Donald Trump asked him to reach out to Russia. Yikes. Flynn was a big presence on Trump's team during the campaign, and was particularly good at rallying the Trump base with a chant of "lock her up" in reference to Hillary Clinton's email scandal. Here's where HES at now Flynn attended court in Washington, pleading guilty to charges that he lied about what was said in meetings with the Russian ambassador to the U.S. Exhibit A. This is all very interesting, but it's also complicated. Here's a cheat sheet for y'all. Flynn is the fourth person from Donald Trump's campaign charged under special counsel Bob Mueller's investigation into Russian election interference and potential collusion with the Trump campaign. Although he was National Security Advisor only briefly kicked out after he lied to Vice President Mike Pence in much the same way he seemingly attempted to mislead the FBI per above. HES by far the closest of the four to the president, which shifts the investigation into the inner circle. Reminder: the others are former campaign manager Paul Manafort, his deputy Richard Gates, and campaign aide George Papadopoulos. Trump was a big fan of Flynn. After Acting Attorney General Sally Yates warned the White House that Flynn had lied about his conversations with the Russian ambassador and was vulnerable to blackmail, she was sacked. It was around the same time that Trump asked then FBI Director James Comey for a loyalty pledge, saying Flynn's a good guy. He later asked Comey to drop the Flynn investigation. Comey was also sacked, but not until May 9. This tweet looks like a man who feels vindicated to me. On March 31, the president tweeted, "Getting the picture? If not, this might help us. You can see from the above charges, Flynn is admitting he asked the Russian ambassador not to escalate the situation after the departing Obama administration imposed new Russia sanctions, shuttered Russian compounds in D.C. and New York, and expelled 35 Russian diplomats in December 2016. He is also confirming the Russians responded as requested. He also asked the Russian ambassador to delay a UN Security Council vote on Israeli settlements." Trump then tweeted, "Here's Flynn's statement, which confirms that this is a plea deal and that he will cooperate with a special counsel going forward. Now, the above is all very serious. However, Flynn could have been in deeper trouble over his paid work as an unregistered foreign agent for both the Russian and Turkish governments. So, what's the plea deal in exchange for, pray tell? Exhibit B. Exhibit C. More on that here. American ABC says that Flynn is apparently willing to testify that Donald Trump directed him to make contact with the Russians, initially as a way to work together to fight ISIS in Syria. Is there more to it than that? That would amount to collusion to win an election. That's for another week. It's worth noting, however, that when Flynn had those conversations with the Russian ambassador, Trump had already won the elections. It was the cherry on top of another mad week here in Washington. It's overshadowed the speculation about one of the president's highest members of cabinet, Rex Tillerson. In a series of reports yesterday, it was revealed that a plan for the ouster of Tillerson is supposedly in the works and set to take place over the coming weeks. Reports of what has affectionately been dubbed Rexit by DC insiders have been swirling for months, but these are the most robust details so far that a plan is in motion. When asked if he still wanted Rex in the job, Trump merely said Rex is here. The White House hardly put the matter to bed, merely saying there are no personnel changes afoot and that, when the president loses confidence in someone, they'll no longer serve in the capacity they're in. Asked today about the reports, Mr. Tillerson said, "It is laughable. If I were a betting woman, I would put money on Rex being out of Washington sooner rather than later." It too overshadowed racist remarks by the president in a ceremony with Native American code talkers, where he quipped about Elizabeth Warren's heritage by, again, calling her Pocahontas. The White House response to that. What else? Well, the allegations against men on Capitol Hill continue to pile up. The Senate Ethics Panel has opened its inquiry into Al Franken. At last count, 5 women had made allegations against the Democrat senator from Minnesota. In the other chamber, John Conyers, one of the oldest members of the Democrat Party, has been urged publicly by members of both parties to resign after it was revealed that he settled a sexual harassment case with taxpayers' money. One of his accusers spoke out on NBC This Week, and new to the fray is Texan Republican Congressman Blake Farenthold, who Politico revealed on Friday settled an $84,000 sexual harassment suit in 2014. Meanwhile, Roy Moore, who wants to join the esteemed folks in the Senate, continues to charge ahead despite allegations of sexual assault against minors more decades ago. Revealed this week was a 2011 course Moore co-authored that instructs students that women should not be permitted to run for elected office, according to Think Progress. In the latest polling, Moore still leads Doug Jones, 4,544. Apparently sexual assault allegations remain a highly partisan deal. Here's Ted Cruz on Fox back to NBC briefly, with the network reeling after sacking its star morning show host, Matt Lauer, following shocking sexual assault allegations that were revealed by Variety magazine. All the allegations against men have given women running for office a new type of leverage. Check out this ad from Attorney General candidate in Michigan. Dana Nessel can't really argue there. Oh, also the big tax reform bill looks set to be Trump's first big legislative victory, but that's disappeared off the radar due to the Russia investigation. Some dates for the diary: Trump's first State of the Union address will be on January 30, 2018. 2 days later, Flynn returns to court. Topics: Donald Trump, world politics, United States. First posted December 2, 2017. 095134.